When I first started getting into the O-gauge model railroading hobby, some of the first pieces of rolling stock I got were these Union Pacific Greyhound passenger cars. Unfortunately, I was unaware that these cars would need a larger radius than the O36 curves I could get from a nearby hobby shop and from a Lion Chief starter set. Then I got these O27 passenger cars from eBay, and while they work well for the limited space I have, they do have a more toy-like appearance. Unfortunately, more detailed passenger cars were either too big or too expensive for me to get, until I got an offer for these. When the Lionel catalog for the first half of 2024 came out, I made a few posts in a Facebook group of what I was most interested in. Among these interests were the Union Pacific passenger cars on page 107. Another member of the group reached out to me saying that they had similar cars that they didn't need anymore and were willing to sell them. That user was Mike from the channel Datafied. I believe he was in the process of clearing out his storage space so he could work on rewiring his layout and made a video about it. What he was selling was a set of 4 semi-scale Union Pacific Streamliner passenger cars that made up the set for Lionel 6-15185 from the Volume 1 catalog of 2004. I really like these cars. They're small enough to fit on my O36 curves, but are the most detailed pieces of rolling stock in my collection. Except for the baggage car, all these cars light up and have miniature passengers inside, instead of pictures of people or silhouettes in the windows. They also match my Hudson model, with the Overland logo on both of the locomotive's tender, as well as on the end of the observation car. I believe this is because the cars were designed for an earlier conventional version of the semi-scale Hudson, since Lionel comes out with a new version of this model every few years or so. But regardless, it is best to see these cars in action, so I will now play a few clips of them rolling around my layout. Now, one thing I did notice is that there were some lighting issues in the dome car, but since there are only 2 bulbs in each car, and the dome itself is lit, it cannot be helped. Other than that, these cars seem to be doing pretty well for being 19 to 20 years old. Another thing I noticed is that the pictures used for page 107 in the catalog look very similar to these cars, though I can't tell if there are any figures in the listed ones. This has led me to plan on getting at least the listed dome car, Stardust, to add to this set. I might also get the listed passenger cars as well, thus having 7 detailed semi-scale passenger cars in my collection. Either way, I am thankful for Mike for selling these to me, and I'm going to enjoy them for a long time. So thank you to everyone for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Steamrailwilly rolling off.